Hey, good Friday morning, my friends. This is MLive Chief Meteorologist Mark Torgos. I don't really know how this is going to go because the technology seems a little funky today. So let's get right on to it. If you think you're going to escape winter totally, I do think you will be wrong because we're starting to see signs of when winter is going to come back. And it's probably last week of January, or maybe if you're a winter disliker, the first week of February. But I think you better be prepared for it. Now, winter's kind of back today. We do have a few snow showers around Michigan. They're just basically lake effect snow on a north wind coming down into the southwest corner of the state. That's about it. And then the thumb as well. But you'll notice the what we call the atmospheric river continues. There's California, and you look out into the Pacific, and there's this big white streak, and it's barreling toward the west coast. Those are the storm systems that will be affecting us, and let's get right into it, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. Okay, so here is the European model, and two storm systems in the next 7 days, let's say. So today we have a chilly wind. It almost feels like winter here. It's officially a couple of degrees colder on the high temperature than normal, 2 degrees or so. So I would call that a normal mid-January day. Now we go into Saturday. The sky's clear. The winds lighten up. This is Sunday. Sunday looks like if you want to try to get something done outside, that Sunday's a primo day for it if you work on Sunday. Hey, good morning, everybody. Good morning, Carl Yo. Good morning, Jennifer Webster from Waterford. Good morning, Kathy Jones and Carrie Draper. Good morning from Kingsley, and Sherry Ball from Ontario, and Joseph Rayona from East Jordan. Okay, so Sunday, and then the first storm that's hitting the West Coast now will be our way on Monday into Tuesday. It looks like a mild storm, so it looks like mostly rain with the last few hours of snow in it. And then the following storm after that looks like a moisture laden thing from the south and west also. And that one is on Thursday. So the formula here is about every 3 days or so, Monday and next Thursday. And this one shows signs of maybe having a little bit more cold air on the back side of it. So maybe a touch more hours of snow. And then you can kind of see as we get out to 9 and 10 days, this model wants to indicate that we're starting to see a pattern change where the cold air is getting more entrenched in the eastern half of the country. Very typical of what we would see. This would be January 23rd. And so if the storm systems continue, if the feed of storms continue at that time, you know what that means. That means that we won't have had much snow in early January, and we'll get a whole lot of snow in late January and February. So we've been watching for that all along. Here's a little bit closer of a look for you of the same model. Okay, just to give you an idea. So some scattered snow showers today. And then, like I said, I think we have pretty good chance at quite a bit of sunshine tomorrow. Brian Opper from Avoca? I don't know where that is. Where is that, Brian? So here's your Monday, mostly rain to maybe a few hours of snow showers after it. And then here's your Thursday, depending on the track, mostly rain in southern lower, and then a little wraparound snow. And then here would be our first kind of almost Alberta clipper. But again, 9-10 days out. So all we do with the model there is we look for the trend to continue. Now, this would be a break in the warm trend that we've had. So we got to see this show up for 2 or 3 days before we believe that the warmth is going to break and the cold is going to take hold. Of course, at this time of the year, we do believe that the cold would take hold. That would be the easier path for our weather. Today, brr, 34 in Grand Rapids. That's still a degree or so above normal, I do believe. Upper 20s in the Thumb, Saginaw, Flint area. So it's chilly Friday. And Saturday, even with sunshine and light wind, still chilly, January like, 30s or so. Sunday, maybe still some sunshine and heading into the low 40s. And then Monday, a lot of southern Michigan in the low 40s. Northern Michigan, Traverse City and such, 35-ish. Okay, Brian Opper, 20 minutes west of Port Huron. I have never heard of Avoca. And Kimball is close to it. Hey, good morning, Gina Moran. All right, I'm learning a couple of new cities. I don't know them all. I know a lot, but I don't know them all. I know where Richmond is, and that's kind of also near Port Huron. So this is Tuesday in the 40s, and then Wednesday in the mid to upper 30s, and Thursday with that next storm system. This temperature map could change 5 times before Thursday. Could have some 50s somewhere, could have some 30s somewhere else. So that's the changeable day. And then, like I said, at the end of this next Saturday, the 21st and 22nd Sunday, starting to look a little bit more like winter, although not super harsh winter. And the Climate Prediction Center is starting to just give us the first signs of latching onto that as to when winter will be returning. This is the 6 to 10 day forecast into next week. And I showed you we are going to be warmer than normal. Hey, good morning, Sherry Nagy from New Haven and Joe Stockwell from Port Huron. Vicky Buffin, you're in Big Rapids. What do you have coming for today? Not much. A few snow flurries and actually feeling like January. So that's the 6 to 10 day, warm and wet, and I showed you that. Here's the 8 to 14 day, still wetter than normal, and notice how the warmth is starting to shift off to the east. And this map could also change quickly over the next couple of days as near normal air probably starts to settle in. All right, there you have it. Not a ton of significant weather in not this weekend. Certainly this weekend, a great weekend for traveling if you have to do it. And I will let you know that I am going to be off next week, some downtime. So enjoy a couple of rains. And by the time I get back, we'll probably be talking. We'll be back into the snowstorms in late January, early February. If you're a winter hater, you're not going to get out of this winter without any winter. Let's just face it. And we will probably likely, if the storm track stays active at the same time the cold air is in place, we will probably likely have a 2 to 4 week period where it's quite treacherous and nasty here in Michigan. It's probably going to be February. Let's just hope it's not March because it certainly could be. But there's your update into the weekend. Have yourself a great and safe weekend. I'm MLive Chief Meteorologist Mark Torregrossa. Thanks for joining me on the MLive Morning Weather Update. Take care.